How's it going, guys? Gatsby here. My Taki 1-2 Mini recently gave up on me and I needed a new gaming keyboard. So I picked up the Mchose X75 gaming mechanical keyboard. I'm going to do a quick review and unboxing in case you guys are looking at getting this keyboard. Inside the box we've got the user manual as well as an extremely handy guide. You're going to want to hold on to this for the RGB profile setup. Then we've got the keyboard itself. It is wrapped up in a plastic Mchose branded sleeve to protect the keyboard. I got the board in the black color simply because it fits perfectly with my setup. They also give you two additional Hyacinth switches as well as the keycap and switch removal tool. And last but not least, we've got the USB-C to USB-A cable to use the device in wired mode and also for charging. Now the keyboard has an 82 key 75% layout, which is where it gets the name from X75. It comes with a power indicator light on the left, which also has its own RGB profiles. The keyboard does support 3 modes of connectivity. You can either use it in the 2.4 GHz mode, meaning you can use it with the receiver. You'll plug the receiver into your PC and the keyboard will be good to go. You can also connect the keyboard via Bluetooth, and it does support Bluetooth 3.0 and 5.0. The Bluetooth setup is pretty straightforward and explained really well in the handy guide that comes with the keyboard. The third connectivity mode would be the wired mode. The writing is in Mandarin or Chinese. Don't be alarmed, that means wired. Do keep in mind that the Bluetooth mode has a polling rate of only 125 Hz. If you do want the 1000 Hz polling rate and the lowest latency for gaming, use the keyboard in the wired or 2.4 GHz modes. One other thing I thought was really cool about this keyboard was the compartment here that is used to store the 2.4 GHz dongle. It does give you some peace of mind that if you're not using the dongle, you can easily store it and easily remove it when you need it. And the cover is actually magnetic as well, so you just pop it onto the compartment and it will snap right on. Just a quick top view of the board for you guys with the RGB lighting turned on. You can see the LED status indicator is turned on as well. Yet another feature that I love about this keyboard is the volume control knob on the side of the board. It is made out of metal, and although it does look a bit wobbly, it really does have a nice premium feel to it. You also get a RGB light strip going from the right hand side all the way to the left hand side of the keyboard. The bottom of the board has quite a large Mchose engraved branding on it. The X75 comes with built-in foldable flip-out feet. It's got one smaller foot and a bigger foot if you do want the keyboard to sit at a slightly higher angle. For those of you that are aggressive gamers, it does come with rubber tips at the bottom to keep it stable on smooth surfaces during those intense gaming sessions. Now the keyboard feet are quite firm and snappy. It does require a reasonable amount of force to move it in and out. I'll let you guys have a listen to the sound. Yeah. Put this back, and then you can put them both back like that. On the back of the board, you've got the USB-C port for wired mode or to charge the device, which does have a 4000 mAh battery. As for the switches on the keyboard, it does come with the Hyacinth Linear switches. It has a 45 gram actuation force, which is light enough for quick key presses without being fatigued and heavy enough to prevent accidental key presses. My absolute favorite thing about this keyboard is the hot-swappable switches, which just leaves you with so much room and flexibility to customize the keyboard to your liking. It does offer 3 and 5 pin support. The X75 does come with 15 lighting effects, including a custom mode. I'll show you guys just a few of the RGB lighting effects. With the first one here being the constant on effect, use the function and backslash keys to cycle through the effects. The next effect is the breathing effect. This one is called the rainbow effect. The next one I found to be quite interesting. It's called the flash away effect. I won't be talking through every single one of the lighting effects because it's pretty much the standard that you can expect with a board like this. Instead, I'll show you guys a few of the effects for the next few seconds. want to configure some of the available settings on the keyboard, it does offer a web-based software. All you have to do is go to your web browser and search for the Mchose Hub. Once you've entered the Mchose Hub website, you will select the blue button that says Enter mHub Web. You will then need to select the Allow Browser Access button to give the website access to your device. Assuming you are connected using the 2.4 GHz receiver, you will get a pop-up on the top left-hand side of the screen. You will then need to select the receiver and select the connect option. After selecting the connect option, you will now see your Mchose device connected to the website. It will present you with a couple of different color options. You can just go ahead and select the color that your keyboard came in. Next, you would need to click on the keyboard that is showing on the screen. It will then take you through to the Mchose Hub, which has 4 menu options for the X75, with the first being key mapping. The key mapping menu is pretty self-explanatory. It just allows you to map and customize keys on your keyboard to your liking. It's got a couple of different layers: the default layer, the function layer, and the function 2 layer. You can also set up some macros on the key mapping menu in the bottom right hand corner. If you don't want to guess which RGB profile you're in, you can use the lighting menu option. This allows you to set the lighting effects using the web-based UI. You can even see the names of the lighting effects on the UI here. The lighting effects menu also has a color palette. This allows you to customize the keyboard color. By selecting the mono option, it opens up the color palette, allowing you to select a range of colors. You can adjust the brightness of the lighting on the UI. You can also change the speed for the non-static lighting effects. Personally, I don't care much for RGB, but I did find the custom lighting effect to be really cool. It really does add another layer of customization in that it allows you to set a specific color for an individual key on the keyboard. For example, I want to change the color on a specific key to red. I'll select red on the color palette and then click on that key and the color will be changed to red. To get into some more of the configuration settings, you've got the performance menu option. If you're on either one of the wireless connectivity modes, you can set the keyboard to hibernate or to sleep after a certain amount of time. There is also an option to toggle the hibernate setting to never sleep. You can set the keyboard up to sleep in as quickly as 1 minute of inactivity, and this can be increased in increments of 0.5 up to a maximum of 20 minutes. There's also an option to manually set the polling rate. For example, if you are connected on 2.5 GHz or the wired mode, you can set the polling rate all the way from 1000 to 250 Hz. And finally, the last menu option on the web-based software is the Others menu option. It allows you to update the keyboard firmware version, the receiver firmware version, and you can also restore the keyboard to its factory settings. Now for the highly anticipated sound test, I'll do a quick comparison between my old Ducky 1 2 Mini keyboard and the Mchose X75 keyboard. The Ducky 1 2 Mini is using Cherry MX Blue switches and the Mchose X75 is using the Hyacinth Linear switches. Do keep in mind that the X75 has multiple layers of foam and silicone inside the board to give it a more full and dampened sound, where the Ducky does not have any of that. Now let's talk a little bit about the gaming performance on the X75. I've had this keyboard for about a month now and can honestly say it performs exceptionally well for gaming. If you're playing shooters like Battlefield 6 or Call of Duty, having quick key actuation and low latency is critical. Given the 1000 Hz polling rate on both the 2.4 GHz and wired modes, the X75 delivers this with confidence. The default Hyacinth Linear switches feel smooth and fast during gaming with around 45 grams of actuation force. The light actuation lets you press keys quickly and accurately without fatigue, especially after long gaming sessions. And because they are linear, there's no tactile bump or click to slow you down. You get a clean, consistent keystroke every single time. With all of these features packed into a mid-range keyboard that looks and feels premium, especially at the price point of around $80 or 1,300 Rand if you're from South Africa, I would consider this keyboard to be a definite win. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully it can help you decide on whether you should get this keyboard. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. Gatsby over and out.